Hey there, Sonny, you've arrived just in the nick of time. That is my name. Welcome back to the flower shop. I can only assume this is our uncle that we've now met on this farm in Fairbrook. Welcome back to the intrepid tale of Steve and his quest for women. Let us continue. The front door of the house opens and an elderly man with a cat draped over his shoulders ambles out. Oh jeez, that cat looks evil. He approaches the side of the car and my father rolls the window down. A blast of warm air rushes into the car. Sam! Michael! Well, here he is. I unbuckle my seatbelt slowly and roll out of the car with a groan. I stretch my arms to the sky and sigh. It feels good to move after sitting still for so long. I open the back door and drag my overstuffed luggage from the back seat. How are you doing these days, Sam? Oh, you said no. No better, no worse than when we spoke on the phone. I'm trying to make these guys sound at least somewhat similar since they're brothers. There's a phone here? I'll be able to call Jill after all. Yeah, let's talk to our ex. The ex that doesn't want anything to do with us. Let's do it. Don't interrupt. Yeah. So where's my room anyway? It's on the top floor. First door on the left. Great. As I drag my suitcase along the dirt path to the house, I can hear my father and uncle chatting. Thanks for the assist, Michael. I don't know how I'd be able to make it this summer without a farmhand. No problem. Be sure to work him hard. Wait, farmhand? I drop my luggage and race back towards the car. Wait a minute! You never said I was going to be doing work here. My father eyes me with a bit of disdain before turning the key in the ignition. Have a good summer, Stephen. He rolls up his window, totally trolls me, and drives away. What is this? My uncle turns to me, looking less than pleased with my outburst. Steven? Steve. My name is Steve. I'm just gonna smoke my weed pipe and pretend I didn't hear that. So that's why Michael was so eager to send you here. What are you talking about? That brother of mine has raised a ninny in his own image. Whoa, a ninny? Excuse me? I'm not anything like that man. How dare you say that? Oh no. No. You're more alike than you know, Steve. Now I would suggest you go to sleep. You have a long day ahead of you tomorrow. If you think I'm gonna be your farm lackey, you're wrong. If you say so. The cat wrapped around Uncle's shoulders unwinds itself, leaping gracefully to the ground. Or just teleporting. You know, teleporting cats, that's great. They will rule us all. It prances past me and sniffs at my suitcase, nose twitching curiously. He found the pot! He found the pot. What do you want? Orpheus is just getting to know you. Orpheus? That's an awesome cat name. The cat meows at me and disappears into the bushes. You should be kind to her. She can get pretty vicious if you're not careful. Sure. Cats really aren't my thing anyway. And why on earth would you name a girl cat Orpheus anyway? I turn and drag my suitcase unceremoniously up the steps to the house and up to the second floor. Oh, I love our furnishings. I drop the suitcase on the ground and flop onto the bed. Ow! The mattress isn't nearly as soft as I imagined it would have been. It feels more like a rock wrapped in a bedsheet. And it smells weird too. I roll over and stare at the ceiling. The rough wooden beams are nothing like the spackled plaster of my ceiling back home. This place is gonna take some getting used to. Whoa. What the? Where am I? I don't know, dude. We're in the same room. I open my eyes and look around the room slowly, taking in my surroundings. The mattress under me feels pretty lumpy, and the center of the room is like old wood mixed with... I don't even know. Oh, yeah. That's right. Pop sent me out here to spend the summer being Uncle's farmhand. Ha! Like that'll ever happen. I roll over, trying to get comfortable. Before I can drift off to sleep, I hear the heavy sound of footsteps on the staircase. Time to wake up, Steve. What? What time is it? It's already past 6 o'clock. It's time to start the day. You've got to be kidding me. Even in college, my earliest class started at 8:30. Yeah, maybe some other time. Uncle strides over to the curtains and throws them wide open. The bright sunlight pours into the tiny bedroom. Ah! I pull the thin bedsheets over my head in a feeble attempt to escape the piercing light. If you don't wake up, then you can't have breakfast. Oh God. My stomach gurgles quietly, as if to remind me that I haven't eaten anything since yesterday afternoon. Okay, you win, I'm coming. What's our breakfast anyway? I was planning on frying some eggs. Maybe some fresh bacon. Bacon! Now that I can get behind. Why didn't you tell me earlier? I bound out of bed and stretch. My back is incredibly sore. So, when do we eat? As soon as you go outside and split some firewood. What? No firewood, no fire. No fire, no cooking. Now get to it. Get to it? There's an axe in the shed. Don't forget to return it when you're done. He turns and walks down the stairs. Each step makes a heavy thud on the wooden steps. You can't do this to me! This is extortion! Uncle's voice echoes up from the stairwell. It's called earning your keep. Whatever. I briefly contemplate just going back to bed, but another rumble from my stomach reminds me that I have plenty of incentive to get moving. Alright. Work it for the breakfast. Why do I have to do any of this? I've been slowly chipping away at this log for what seems like an eternity. The axe head is wedged deep into the wood, and no matter how many times I pound it against the ground, nothing happens. Ag! This always looks so easy on TV, but all I have right now is a disfigured lump of wood stuck to an axe. I toss the axe to the ground in disgust. I'm done with this. I march into the house. Hey, Uncle, I'm done. I punch the door to the kitchen and wince as the door connects with my scabs from punching the tree yesterday. The door swings open wildly and I'm greeted by the heavenly aroma of bacon frying. What the? Uncle looks up at me and I can see a hint of a smile playing around his lips. Given up already? Yeah, but what? I glance around the kitchen. It looks like breakfast is almost ready. I thought you needed me to chop wood to make breakfast. Don't be silly. I use a gas stove, like most people around here. Just because you're on a farm doesn't mean you've been sent back to the Stone Age. So all of that was for nothing, then? It wasn't for nothing. It builds character. Did you remember to put the axe away? With a grumble, I turn around and shuffle outside. Ag! I kick at the dirt and grab the axe, swinging it wildly around in an attempt to shake off the log embedded on its head. The log flies off and lands with a thud in the dirt nearby. I drag the axe to the shed and toss it unceremoniously onto a pile of tools. They clatter and fall to the ground, but I don't care. There, I put it away. Do I get to eat now? Uncle puts down a plate loaded with scrambled eggs and freshly fried bacon on the table. You don't think I'd make my own nephew starve, do you? Yeah, well, no. I sit down at the table and dig in. The food is actually really good, but I don't want to let him know that, you know. God forbid I actually be a decent human being. Eat up. You'll need the strength. Oh no, you're not gonna make me do any more pointless work, old man. None of this work is pointless, Steve. Well, I beg to differ. For the rest of the day, you'll be weeding and clearing out the old plot of land by the barn.
Let's not be a little shit.
You mean that pile of weeds and vines? That's the one. Why is it such a mess? They used to belong to the farmhands. Anything that grew there was their own. But since I haven't had help lately, it's been overgrown. That land belongs to you now, Steve.
Oh, here we go. Now the gardening minigame on this. Oh, joy. My very own garden.
The ability to bring food out from the earth is a special skill. Don't treat it so disrespectfully.
I'll, keep that in mind. I shove another piece of bacon into my mouth. Uncle sighs a bit, as if he's not sure what to do with me. Finally, Uncle stands with a bit of effort and says,
Fine. You need incentive? Once you clear out all the weeds, you can use the truck whenever you want.
So what?
So you can go into town then. Check out all the hot ladies.
Oh yeah? What's in town?
Some young ladies who I'm sure would love to make a new friend.
Chicks? Hang on. This isn't some sort of trick, is it?
A trick?
They're not like 10-year-olds or something, right?
Most of them are right around your age.
Are you sure? I hear that old people sort of lump everyone younger than them into one group.
Uncle raises an eyebrow at me. If you don't want to get out once in a while, you're welcome to stay on the farm and do extra work.
Yeah, well, I think I'll get started on that weeding now.
I stand from the table to go outside. Wash your plate first.
Right. Whew! Wow. This place is even worse than I remembered it. I barely glanced at it this morning, but now that I really look at it, it looks like it seriously needs some work. What does my shirt say? Not my cup of tea. 83. All right. But once I clear the weeds, that means I can use the truck. Whether or not there are cute chicks in town, it'll at least be nice to get away from this place once in a while. Oh, here we go. Welcome to the farm. Your first assignment is to clean as much terrain as possible from weeds. Think smart. Clean the weeds that require less time first. Otherwise, Uncle Sam will be disappointed by our work. Clean at least 6. Okay. So, how do I tell which ones need less time? Oh, I guess since they're grouped together. Alright. So, clean the weeds that require less time first. So, like these. Estimated time required to clean 1 hour, 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours. 1 hour. 1 hour. Clean. Soon you'll be able to plant the seedlings you bought from Susanna's store by clicking on empty places of terrain like this one. Okay. Okay, 1 hour. Clean. 3 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours. 3 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours, 1 and 2 hours. So that's 1 hour. Okay. 3 hours, 3 hours. Now let's get started on the 2 hours. Oh, it's 2 p.m. Okay, I can finally see the time at the bottom. Okay. Alright, it's 4 o'clock. I've worked enough for today. Man, my back is killing me. However, even if there are still many weeds, it's definitely better than when I started. Okay, that was actually kind of cool. That was a little fun. I vaguely remember Uncle bringing me some water and a sandwich for lunch, but I scarfed it down so quickly I'm not even sure what it tasted like.
That's enough work for today, Steve. Time to come in for dinner.
I don't know what Uncle has been up to all day, but he looks a lot more energetic than me right now. Well, we're going to find out why next time. We began with a great big look at Uncle, and we're going to end with a great big look at Uncle. Time flies when you're having fun, right? So until next time, remember everyone, do the best that you can with the time that you've been given.